I'm waiting for hog rings. I thought I had hog rings, but I can't find hog rings anywhere. So I'm just gonna, I ordered them. They should be in about the middle of next week, but I can get a lot done between now and then. I'm cleaning this up, as you can see. I'm gonna pull all these wires out of the old seat covers. These are what the hog rings, this goes through this. And then that's what, and there's one there too. And I don't think there is one. That's like a cord in there, stitched into there. But I want to repaint these and get this cleaned up the rest of the way. I just wanted to show. Yeah, like that. Fits right in. One of the things came. Oh, the screws I got to put back in, and these are the wing nuts for the thing and the snaps for the speaker grill. I'm going to bead blast this and paint it. So that's the speaker that was in it, and they kind of had it jammed in there just by bending. They bent this out here and here, kind of jammed it in and down. So it was a little bit of fuss getting it out. And then I tried to straighten that up. So it's good enough. I mean, you're not going to see any of that. And there's all kinds of numbers on this, if anyone's interested. So there we go. All right, let me get to painting these wires and getting this bead blasted and painted and these buffed up. It takes that stuff off like butter. I don't know if this shows up. That bead blast cabinet just turns work into play. It cleans it up nice. All right, I'm going to go out and give that a shot of this. It was kind of a satiny black, so that's what I'm going to put on it. This kind of interior stuff, this rattle can stuff's fine. I mean, it's not out in the weather, and it's going to be, you know, behind the seat and everything, so it'll hold up just fine. It's glossy right now because it's obviously wet. I just brought it in from outside, spraying it. I hang it up, and then I'm going to buff some stainless. I'm going to hang it up over here and buff over there. So this is the tag off the spring bottom, and it's 41466 SS, then a space CHE, and then the part number, which is C6AB 7663120-A. And that was attached to the, I'll reattach it. You know, I think that I'll probably attach it like here. It was attached these, but I don't want the hog ring digging into foam or anything, so I'll put it on a different spring. And I pulled, this is the backrest I just pulled the wires out of, and I'm going to give these a quick. They're really in actually pretty good shape, all things considered. I mean, I don't know, it's really not rusty. Little specks here and there. But I'm going to give these a paint too. Clean, just give them a light sand and a paint. And then they'll be ready to, they'll be dry and ready to go in the new covers when I'm ready to install them. There you go, an OK 14. An F. These things were all over under the cover. It's like they were stitching there, and then they just, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I think that's that piping edge. But there's another OK, but I can't make out the number. These covers are in good shape. You can feel the foam in between here. This is foam in between here, you know, to make those ribs. And that's it. You can see the foam right there. That stuff's still in, that feels really good. This is in good shape still. Yeah, they were easy to paint up. I just put a glove on, and then I held it, and then my glove got all painted, and that kept the paint on the end. So that's all good. Those are the backrest wires. Now I'll get the bottom cushion. I don't know if there's one, but we'll get it out if there is. Bottom one's going to require just a little bit more sanding out. It's a little more rusty, and I don't think there is one in this. Yeah, there's not one in that end of the cover. It was just on this back cover that had the part of the cover. So let me get that sanded down and we'll paint that one too. And that way all this stuff will be clean and painted and dry when I go to put the seats together. Hopefully I'll get the hog rings in the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. But I can continue while I'm waiting. Doesn't take much to start bringing the shine out. That's the coarse grit. I'll do all of this and then I'll go over to the fine. That kind of gets around the snap. Doesn't take much, and then obviously once you wipe that rubbing compound off, but this is just hitting it with the coarse first. All right, I'm just going to go through and rip them out. The chrome cleaned up nice. That was a bear to, you know, all these little corners and around in there, and yeah, it was a lot of work cleaning that up. It's got a few little pits up in here, but overall it really looks good. I think it'll be fine. I'm not gonna, that's as far as I'm going to go with that. That looks really good. The stainless trim polished up nice. And I got all little rods painted for the hog rings on the seat covers. Those are painted and dry. Tomorrow I might lay one of them out here and start cutting the foam and burlap and stuff, get the cover ready to go on. Maybe even get the cover on them as soon as my hog rings come in. And I can hog ring it down. This is the next day, and today I'm going to start cutting my burlap to fit, you know, to match this so I can start. I'm going to get that ready for the seat cover, the bottom cushion. So I got my burlap, my old stuff, a pair of scissors here. And so we're going to get to work in here. These scissors are from a estate sale. They're pretty decent, pretty nice size scissors. All right, let me get started here. I'm going to, this folds over and actually will, that will have a little extra room in here and this will fit inside of it. So I'm just going to cut this off and then just put that in it and fold this over such as that, and then I'll tie it down to the seat frame. It was tied on the ends, each end here, with like a, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It was like a paper ribbon almost. It tore very easily, like it popped right off. They must just tied it to the thing, you know, just for at the assembly plant so it wouldn't fall off during assembly or going down the line or something. I'm assuming it didn't look like it would serve any purpose holding it together, because like I say, it was like a paper ribbon and it just easily came off. Now you can see how I'm doing this, and the reason why is all these little wires. I don't want to have to spend hours. I mean, there's what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, you know, probably 20 wires anyway in there, and I'm not going to sit there and weave them through all that. This is going to be just fine. That's on and secured. You can see I just tied it with a little thing, and I went beyond that cord there just so it would kind of hold it from moving this way, and then I put that there just to keep it from, it was originally tied at each end like that, so that's why I did that. I'm getting ready to cut this to replace this, and what I'm finding, it looks like this was, see, you can see where the edge of the seat frame was on it, so that was actually folded around. So I'm going to cut this off a little bit so it can fold around. Then I'll cut the piece of foam. We'll do one more of these on top and it should be ready for a cover. The guy at the trim or at the place where I got this stuff said to glue this to this, so I got the stuff here that I'm going to use. And if it makes it too tight, I can just take that layer out just by flipping, you know, just kind of going over with this. But I think it'll be fine because this mushes down. I mean, you can mush it down pretty thin, so I think it'll be perfect. It's definitely the spray adhesive. If it's going to have a new car smell, it's going to be the spray adhesive that gives it that. That's exactly what it smells like. But anyway, I just gave it a quick shot. It's already stuck. So I might, here in a few minutes, I'm going to let it dry maybe an hour, and then I'm going to start working on fighting with trying to slip the seat cover over, and then when I get the hog rings, I'll hog ring it down. I can get the cover over the seat and got it looking pretty good, but my problem is I really need the hog rings, so I'm just going to stop right here until they come. That's going to look good when I pull it down, pull it really hard and tight. It really looks good, but I'm just going to pop the cover off, let it sit here until hog rings come, because that way, you know, everything can, the glue and everything can cure. So hopefully the hog rings will be, they're supposed to come tomorrow, but whether they do or not, you know, it's coming USPS, so who knows. I forgot to mention too, I put the wire in this across the bottom here, and this is just like the, actually identical to the old seat cover. This was folded over like so, and then just hog ring through like that underneath. You know, it was pulled around underneath and then hog ring through these. So I'll have to turn the seat upside down, obviously, to start putting those rings on, and I'll just, you know, have to probably be up and, you know, flipping it back and forth as I go to, you know, make sure it's all on straight and even and everything. But it's just, like I say, it's just sitting there while I wait for additional stuff. While I'm waiting on hog rings and stuff, I cleaned up all the screws, got all the rust and stuff off the screw heads. They all look really nice now. And the ones that for the black, I painted them. They go behind this, back in here to hold that on, and I got the speaker installed, and so that's all ready to go back together there. That's kind of, you know, just out here putzing around getting things done that need to be done. So at least I feel good about that. I don't know if I showed that or not. If I showed it previously, sorry. I decided to work on these, seeing that I'm waiting on hog rings, and the ashtray was actually, the assembly was easy to get out. I had to take this out off of here, and there's a little foam piece that goes on there that the convertible top frame sets on. So I'll probably get some new cardboard for here, you know, make a new piece there and put a new piece of foam tape on it. And I got this is part of the ashtray slide. The ashtray needs to be bead blasted and painted, and the rest of the ashtray slide I'll clean up. This just kind of pulled up and out. You know, it was no big deal to get it out once I took the slide out first, but you know, you take it apart and clean it up. So I can buff. This is stainless, and this is like a brushed look, so that'll be easy to clean up, and I'll repaint the black in there. And then this is a chrome, and there's no pits on that, so that should clean up nice. So that'll all look like brand new when I'm done. But the thing I have here is these snaps. There's 2 snaps on each of these, and you can see they're kind of like dead holes. On this side, they look like a rivet. There. So I'll probably have to order a couple of those, you know, 4 of them. I suppose I could drill them out and screw them on with a little tiny screw and nut, but if they're available, I'll get them. I know, Tony, you've been talking about snaps or something, and I don't know if these were the ones you were talking about or if it was the ones on the trim, but these ones here, these ones are permanently on there, and they're okay. And these ones I screwed back on after I cleaned all this up, and that's what holds this back panel on. This too has like a padding like stuff under it, and that stuff's like brand new. I may just leave that alone, and it's all adhered still. This is free from it, the vinyl, but I think we can get that. It looks like it was just glued on the, just you can see. I don't know if that's mold or glue, or if that was originally like bonded to this. Doesn't seem to be. It seems to be pretty loose, but I can pull this old stuff tight. You know, it looks a heck of a lot better, but we're going to put new stuff on here. It's kind of doesn't fit well there. I don't know. We'll make it look better. We'll get this all done up with some new stuff too. So I'm just going to figure why, you know, these have to be done in those little panels with the window crank and stuff. The like so-called quarter door panel type material goes here. I got to get those done so I can put when the back seat's done, I can get the carpet in. I can put this stuff back in and free up some space in the garage, get the seat back in. But the only way I can get the back seat in is these have to go in first, and the panel here has to go on before this goes on. Upon bead blasting this one it's in bad shape. This is the I guess this would be the right hand ashtray, right hand panel anyway, and yeah, there's holes in it, and these are reproduced, so I think I'm going to order reproduction ones. This is the other one. There's actually cigarette butts in this one, and this one's in better shape. It might not be rusted out, but if I can get reproduction ones fairly inexpensive, I'll just get a couple new ones and I'll clean these all up nice and pretty. These are, I don't think these are reproduced, but these are, so I'm not going to pull those cigarette butts out. That's just nasty. No way. Anyway, I'm going to look into that tonight. In the meantime, I'm going to get these cleaned up. That looks a little better. Beats what the thing used to look like. I mean, yeah, it was pretty, they're pretty dirty. You can kind of see that one. Well, maybe the difference doesn't show up, but it's significant. And then, of course, it's got the old ashtray. You can see the hole there, rusted out in there. So we'll get a new ashtray for it. But there we go. That is one cleaned up. We'll get the other one cleaned up, and like I say, just order new ones of those to put in. So just, you know, like I said, just plugging away at getting this thing, you know, things ready to put together. And we have the left side ashtray assembly cleaned up too. This ashtray is in better shape, but if I'm replacing one, I might as well replace them both, right? All right, so that's all cleaned up. I gotta find some cardboard like this. It's got like a grain on it too. So I'll hunt around, see what I can find. There's another one of those stylus snaps I got to replace on this, on these little trim panels too. I was getting these out because I was going to start working on these too. And, you know, when I get the hog rings, I'll finish that. But in the meantime, you know, I can work on this stuff. So I'm going to go in and order. That's what they are right there. It looks like the kit's about $14. The tool I'm not going to get. I can make do with something. I mean, it says that if you read there, yeah, I can come up with something and punch those. I can put that up against something, and I got punches I can grind and make something to peen those over. I'm not worried about that. So there we go. We'll get those ordered up too. So seeing that I'm waiting on additional stuff, I'm going to end the video here and we'll pick up on the next one. So if you like the video, definitely hit the like button. If you want to see the seat finish, subscribe to my channel by hitting that 348 engine icon there. And thank you for watching my videos.